Hello, I'm Russ and welcome to Simply Wooden Creations. I've been getting into some bowl turning lately, and one of the things I've been wanting to do is to make and turn some segmented bowls. So I started putting together a little list of things that I might need in order to make the segmented bowls. One of the things I thought about was a bowl press. Now, a bowl press is used after you put the segments together to stack the segments on top of each other and press them down to hold them while the glue dries. A lot of people use clamps, but I got to thinking it can't be that hard to build something to squeeze the segments together. So I came up with this idea, and one of the things I thought of is, can I make this out of things that I have right here in the shop? Well, I went on a scavenger hunt, and lo and behold, I found some scrap plywood, I found a piece of threaded rod, I found some nuts, some washers, and sure enough, I had everything in the shop that I needed to create a segmented bowl press out of scraps. So today's video is me making the segmented bowl press. It's probably one of the easiest projects I've ever done, just so I can make some segmented bowls. So grab you some popcorn, kick back, relax, and I hope you enjoy my video. Simply Wooden Creations is sponsored by Devobel Technologies. For web design, development, and hosting, visit devobel.com. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworker. FastCap.com. And Olivewood 2000. For beautiful, elegant Holy Land olive wood, visit Olivewood 2000 on eBay today. I'm going to start by squaring up this scrap piece of plywood that I've had laying around my shop for like forever, using a jig that I have made. Then I'll cut the width of the board 12 inches wide and 12 inches long. I'm going to sand the pieces down to help clean them up and smooth them to prepare them for gluing. I'm going to cross the grain patterns for gluing, and using a liberal amount of yellow wood glue, I'll take a squeegee and try to get it spread around all over the piece of plywood. Using a brad nailer, I'm going to put a brad nail in each of the four corners just to keep it from sliding around when I add pressure to it. Rather than using clamps, I'm going to use some weights that I have around the shop. I'll tie a plastic bag over the plywood just to keep the rust off of the plywood. I really need to clean these weights up and paint them. Altogether, we're looking at about 150 pounds a weight I'm going to add to the plywood till the glue dries. Using another scrap piece of plywood I have, I'm going to cut a piece so that I can make a round plate that will actually add the pressure to the segmented pieces of the bowls. Just so happens I have the perfect machine to make this nice round plate for the bowl press, my GarageWorks CNC. You don't have to have a CNC to make this round plate naturally. You can use a bandsaw, a jigsaw, or even a scroll saw will work just fine. After the glue is dried on the base, I'm going to use a framing square to mark across the corners to find the center of the base. Using a smaller drill bit, I'm going to drill a pilot hole, which will help keep the larger bit from wandering around while I drill the hole for the piece of threaded rod that I'm going to attach to the base. Using the two pieces of plywood that was left over from making the base, I'll use some brad nails and attach them to the back side to be used as feet. Now I'll attach the piece of threaded rod through the base using some nuts and some washers. Once I added the plate, I got to thinking, this is going to be a real pain to take off and remove when I need to. Removing the plate and the threaded rod, I'm going to mark off a place for a slot. This will make it a lot easier to add and remove the plate when I need to. In any future plates I make, I'll just have the CNC cut this slot. I'll just cut this slot out over at the bandsaw. Wow, that's more like it. This will make it much easier to add and remove the plate. I hope to put this bowl press to good use in the near future when I make my first segmented bowl on video. Thank you so very much for watching, and God bless.